voting ceremony held here every day.
You need to uncover
You can
this.
see over there is
Oh, that'd be smart.
I wonder how much those are.
You know what the meaning of the national flag?
5, 6, 7, 8.
笑着，评价谁的理由如何？只敢跟我背上我的去较量的，却奈何徒自取命一个。强国能者，谁是强者？谁在一统武林的资格？
15 students from the University of Southern California School of Social Work traveled to Beijing, China to study productive aging on a 2-week adventure. This experience provided us with personal, professional, and academic growth. So as classmates, we all came from different disciplines. I know some of us work with children, some of us are working with older adults, but what we can really take from this is that regardless of the population we're working with, older adults will be a part of our work, and we need to be ready with resources and support and knowledge to the best that we can, and to promote this idea of healthy and productive aging.
To differentiate the rural and the urban elderlies. In urban areas, usually the old people, the majority of them now retirees, so they have basic pension benefits. So they try to keep quite healthy or successful aging because they have a basic economic benefits. But for the rural old persons, more and more old people, they may still need to work in the fields, in the farms.
Men, from what I've learned, they retire at age 50, and the men retire at 55 to make room for the younger generations to have jobs. They seem to have their systems in place such as the Temple of Heaven, where the 50 and 55-year-olds plus would have a place to go and work out and stimulate their minds, their bodies, keep in shape, and they all kind of cultivated together there.
When you look at China, you see that they are so focused on prevention and this healthy lifestyle, both from a mental, physical, and emotional level.
A traditional Chinese family, when kids get married, they usually live with their parents, but I think we don't like to do this. So this is one difference, I think.
Stood out the most was the number of people there and how well the city functioned. There's just a lot of people, a lot of cars and a lot of bikes and a lot of transportation, but there's a way that the city functions that works really well. I mean, I think we were amazed that we didn't see car accidents. When we watched the news, we didn't hear about murders or things happening. People are respectful. The city was very clean. There really was a respect for each other and for the culture.
Child policy, or I would like to say it's a policy. The one-child policy will have some positive impacts to decrease the population development in China. It was horrible, if we do not have that. I mean, the one-child. If we do not have the family planning control, China will be horrible. Child never have a sense of Thanksgiving. They take everything for granted. So when they are grow up, I don't think they can provide good support to their parents because they are used to protected by their parents. They never thought their parents will need, their help or support. So I think that's the negative impact.
Lady told me that I have only one child in one family, and the parents and the grandparents are all spoiling that child ever since he or she is born. So she thought that after the one-child policy, children are tending to be more, selfish, and they concentrate more on themselves than the others. But they're more independent and have more, creative skills. Yeah.
In Beijing, it may sound obvious, but everybody was Chinese. So that's one issue that they don't have to deal with, the cultural diversity that we do have, for example, in Los Angeles. And although that's a great benefit to life in Los Angeles, it also makes addressing the needs of our clients more difficult because you have the different cultures to consider, different customs, languages, preferences. So in China, they didn't have to deal with that additional issues.
So Chinese medicine, as many people know, has been around for thousands of years. I think there's a lot of inherent wisdom that's been passed down through the centuries, from generation to generation. And the things that stood the test of time are the things that we tend to promote and bring to our patients. When it comes to healthy aging, the focus is on looking at the patient as a whole and really trying to emphasize health maintenance and disease prevention. as well as trying to achieve a sense of wellness.
As you can see, the parks in the United States are often geared towards our youth. However, the parks in China are often surrounded by the older adult community. Older adults usually watch the youth in their activities, where in China, the older adults actively participate.
No, I live with the family, Larry and my nephews. I come in early. When I start, go home because it's in very danger in this area.
It's difficult for many seniors in the United States if they cannot drive. If they, that's already one reason that they have to remain home. And also like going to the park, and in some of the park, to be honest, it's not very aging friendly. You don't know what to do there except just sitting there, right? So I think that this is, not like the park we saw in China.
So we both attempt to look at the same patient, but it's like, well, should we use a fork or should we use a chopstick? Okay, should we write Chinese this way or should we write English this way? So they are just different ways of doing the same. Each system is trying to help the next person. Our belief is that by using both in the right way, carefully orchestrated, we have a much better way to help our patient in a cost-effective and safe manner.
In social gerontology, there's one theory. It's called person-environmental fit. Okay, the person or the older people, in terms of functioning level, they're going to gradually decline. Okay, so however, in order to allow them to continue to be independent, to be self-sufficient, there's nothing you can do, not much you can do to reverse that functional decline, right? But what we can do is if we can change the environment a little bit, and so even with the decline function, they can still maintain self-care ability.
Focus on three sort of, I call, pillars of health. That would include exercise, sleep, and diet. Recognize that we really try to achieve physical stimulation, emotional stimulation, as well as social stimulation. We always encourage some physical exercise, staying active. We really want them to stay cognitively active in terms of doing crossword puzzles, memory exercises, perhaps learn a new language, things like that, as well as becoming or staying active in their community, being involved in maintaining and building relationships. I think we are just sort of looking at it from a different perspective, but I think whether you look at it from Chinese medicine or even Western medicine, the two combined, I think, are trying to achieve this common goal.
I think the conclusion is that we can learn from each other, but hopefully not lose some of the really rich traditions that we admire so much. And the quality of life. I think that becomes such an important concept, not just quantity, but quality, the time spent with families, the importance of exercise, the importance of self-care. Concepts that we're learning here in the United States that can be put aside, but at a tremendous cost. And then all of a sudden you become older and you realize, wow, I really should have focused on self-care and healthy aging.
只能在梦里面，牡丹亭描述的浪漫不可思议，尤其是对我们这种新兴人类，尤其是对我们生活太忙乱，没有时间吃饭，上网大眼睛酸，科技发达好有效率，而生活的节奏比明朝的快速10000倍，怎样才能够满足？小朋友哪有时间坐在那里看牡丹亭花19个小时，唱到所有观众老了？坐火车、地铁、飞机、高速公路又在堵车，聪明的人知道时间就是钱要把握，失控之前要喘一口气。汤显祖让我向你学习，这么梦幻，没人比你浪漫，400年的流传，我只能说赞。我的世界一切越来越方便，但奇怪还是没有办法找到一种爱。我不要跟你们赛跑，因为我知道生命是个礼物，不希望这一辈子没有爱而马不停蹄。好想掉进让故事里步骤慢铁，气氛神秘，刘梦梅的美梦里。汤大师带我们回去充满爱的牡丹亭。